This video's tutorial is brought to you by Healthcare Authority's Payroll Office to demonstrate how to find, complete, and submit your time and attendance record. You may also hear this form referred to as a TAR. Before you begin, it is always useful to have your employee self-service leave calendar open, or at least your leave tracking spreadsheet, so that you can easily see what leave you've taken. If you need assistance to find these, please contact your payroll office by emailing payroll@hca.wa.gov or by calling extension 5300. Let's start by opening your Internet Explorer, which should automatically display the Inside HCA Intranet webpage. Go ahead and click on Life and Career. Now you'll want to click on Payroll Time and Attendance. You are now looking at the Payroll Intranet webpage. While you can find the TAR form near the top of the webpage, you can always find it under the Time and Attendance Reporting Resources near the bottom, which will also display the instructions and the frequently asked questions. Go ahead and double-click the TAR form, and a pop-up window will appear. Click Open. To make things more convenient, you can always save the blank form to your computer for quicker access in the future. And now let's expand that. With the blank TAR form open, start by entering your legal first and last name. Go ahead and put any nickname in parentheses. Now go ahead and enter your personal ID number. If you're unsure of what this is, you can always find it by looking in the top right corner of your earnings statement or by contacting your payroll office and we'll look that up for you. Now go ahead and enter your position title and your division. Feel free to abbreviate. Now we're going to go ahead and select our work schedule. We're going to use the Monday through Friday full schedule, 8-hour days, but as you'll notice, we have various flex schedules, including the 24/7 hourly schedule for our hourly employees. Now, if you did work any overtime, you're going to want to change this no to a yes. In this situation, we are going to say we worked overtime. However, we're not going to actually complete the overtime form. You can also find that form by clicking this link. It's important to know that the TAR form should always include all hours worked or paid leave taken and including holiday hours, but it does not actually pay you for any overtime hours. That is what the overtime authorization and premium form is. Now let's go ahead and make sure our pay period is set to the 1st of the 15th. September or month 9, and the year of 2019. The dates of the month and the actual days of the week all started to line up below. This should happen every time you update this form. Before we begin entering the hours you worked for the pay period, there are a couple important things for us to review. On the left-hand side, you will see 4 rows, which allows you to enter 4 types of hours. Your options are actual hours worked, paid leave taken, leave without pay, and holiday hours. For actual hours worked, it is important to enter the total hours you actually worked, even if it does not necessarily match your schedule. For example, if your schedule shows 8-hour days and you work 9, enter 9. If there's a holiday like there is in this example, enter your scheduled hours for that day. If you normally work an 8-hour day, enter 8 hours. If you happen to be an hourly employee, simply put the capital letter H. Holidays for hourly employees are always prorated once payroll receives all the hours for the month and are paid out on the 10th of the following month. When it comes to leave, regardless if it's paid leave or leave without pay, what is entered on your TAR should match what is in ESS, also known as Employee Self-Service. Now let's go ahead and fill out each day of the week. This is where looking at your ESS leave calendar or leave tracking spreadsheet can be very helpful. It's important to remember that this pay period has a holiday, and we said we are going to work some overtime. So let's go ahead and enter the 8 hours, which is our scheduled hours for an actual day. But we said we are going to work some additional hours. And for this next week, let's just go ahead and stick to our normal schedule. All right, now let's verify our totals. If you're a full-time salary employee, it's very important that the totals on the far right equal at least 40 hours. If the hours are over 40, you'll most likely need to complete an overtime form. For overtime rules, WFSC represented employees should refer to the current CBA, and non-represented employees should refer to the HR policy 03-23. The totals at the bottom of the page will be for the entire pay period and will not only be broken out by the 4 types of hours you entered above, but you will also see a row labeled total hours worked / leave taken / holiday hours, combining all hours on the TAR form. It's important to know that this number will always vary depending on the number of available hours in the pay period. To send your TAR to your supervisor for approval, you will want to click on File, Share, Email, Send as attachment. Now it is very important that the subject line of the email follow a specific format. This is for payroll reporting purposes, and an incorrect subject line will cause you to be reported as not having a TAR submitted. If this happens, we will attempt to locate the TAR in our inbox, and someone from payroll will email you and your supervisor with a reminder. If we are unable to find your TAR, we will also include a request to have you resubmit your form with the proper subject line. Now the format you will want to use is your last name, comma, legal first name, comma, the last day of the pay period in this specific format, comma, your full personnel number. Your personnel number should be 8 digits long. Again, this can be located at the top of your earnings statement, or you can always contact payroll and we can look that up for you. Now go ahead and find your supervisor using the global Outlook. We are going to send this to Tasha, and we are going to say, please approve. Thank you, Bill Smith. It doesn't matter what you actually write in the body of the email. Again, the important part is that the subject line have this very specific format. Let's go ahead and hit send, and we can exit out of our form now. It's always best to save yourself a copy prior to exiting out. All right, so now let's go in here as the supervisor. And of course, we're going to want to review the form. If there are any discrepancies or things that don't match in ESS, go ahead and send this back to the employee and work with them to have that updated. Otherwise, you can go ahead and exit out of that. And we are going to forward this to the HCA payroll timesheets inbox. Again, it's very important that payroll receive the email with the appropriate subject line. So as a supervisor, go ahead and delete the forward or the FWD that will pop up when you go ahead to forward the email. Now you can put a simple message such as approved. Please do not attach any additional documents to this email. If you have any other documents that need to be submitted to payroll, or if you have any payroll-related questions, please email payroll@hca.wa.gov. Now, send. Thank you for taking the time to watch our short video on how to correctly complete and submit your TAR form. As a reminder, please send TAR forms to payrolltimesheets@hca.wa.gov. And for all other forms or any questions, please contact Payroll by calling 360-725-5300, or if you are in the building, you can dial 55300, or you can always email us at payroll@hca.wa.gov.